I'm getting ready to phone in. This phone has put a big hassle and a headache, and Apple has finally realized, and I hope you watch that video on this phone, but Apple has finally came to the conclusion that it's not my computer. It's not my computer that has diabolically, what can I say, ruined my phone. There's a glitch in this phone. I've had problems with this phone ever since I got this phone, $1,200 phone that I might say. I don't want to go into the phone situation because if I do, then that'll be one story in itself. Anybody that saw me moaning and groaning and complaining about this phone knows the story. Now, I got to find my tripod. Let's walk around and see that. We're going to be talking about this car right here, guys. This is the car we're going to talk about, one of them. And I'm going to try to be nice and calm about this because that's what we need to do. We need to be nice and calm because I need to explain to everybody the situation on these cars. Another car that we're going to be talking about, and these are the only two cars that we're going to talk about today, is this one over here. That 67 Camaro, okay? So remember that because we're going to be sitting in front of the Ford as we talk. But when you hear me talking, it's going to be about that car there and the Ford car. So I found my tripod. Let's get the tripod up, see if it'll work. Okay. There. All right. So before we go any further, I'm getting ready to load this one up over here. This one's going to be detailed out tomorrow and loaded up. We got this one all done. Everything that we're going to do, we're done with it. So we got to do a little bit of detailing to it. I got to wash it off, detail it out, and it's leaving. Before we go any further, I want to show you, I just got done restoring this steering wheel. And anybody that owns an old car that is restoring a car, you're going to want to watch this video on restoring that steering wheel right there. So let me turn my camera around. I just got done restoring this. This thing had about 25 splits and gaps and gouges and cracks in it. And it came out really, really nice. So you're going to want to watch that video set. It's really a good video set. Okay, so let's get on with the story. What we're going to talk about today, because a lot of people are very misunderstood. And what I'm going to do is, okay, can we see the Camaro? All right, we'll go ahead and leave it right there just for right now. What we're going to do is we're going to talk about one of the main reasons it takes a long time to restore a car like the Camaro and like the Mustang. We're going to go in there in a minute on the Mustang. Now, let me explain this Camaro. This is what's happened to this Camaro in the last, I would say, 6 months. We'll go ahead and say 4 to 5.5 months. And the reason we're going to do that is to make it sound a little juicier. We don't want to stretch it out too long. The owner decided to get back on his car approximately 6.5 months ago. Let's go ahead and say that, get back on his car. It wasn't my decision, it was his decision. And we're going to get to that in a minute. So this car's been here approximately 6 or 7 years. And every time that I say that on one of my videos, people say to me, hello, come on over here, Minnie the Body Shop girl. Come on over here, please. Okay, Minnie the Body Shop girl, she walks in the door. She doesn't want to say hi to everybody. Okay, you want to say hi real quick? There you go.
Hi, everybody.
Okay, do you want to tell everybody what you're going to be doing here?
My new job?
Yeah, your new operation.
I am going to help the community by renting out U-Hauls.
So, Minnie the Body Shop girl is going to be the new U-Haul rental center for Moab, Utah. So anybody that wants to move to Moab, call Minnie the Body Shop girl.
Call me, I'll get you here.
And she'll get you a U-Haul.
Or if you want to leave, same thing.
All right. All right.
Oh,
See you later.
I need to ask.
Can you ask me later, please?
Yeah.
Thank you. Goodbye. Thanks. Minnie, the body shop girl. Awesome person. I don't know what I'd do without her. Probably still do what I'm doing now. But she's still an awesome person. Okay. So I was telling you about that car over there and the other car. We're going to talk about that one first. The owner finally came to the conclusion that it's time to get back on his car. So we started ordering parts for his car, and if you look over here, and I'll walk over there, I don't want to move my camera, these are parts that he ordered. Now, my intention was to get his car, gut it out, paint the inside of the car, and then wire it up. And I'm talking like bam, bam, bam. That's what the intentions of that car was. So I got all the interior on that painted, and I don't know if anybody saw the video set on that or not. I don't even think I made a video set. Who knows? But the inside of his car is painted. And I had to gut the whole car out to do that. So I went ahead and gutted it out. I painted it, and then we finally get the wire harness in. So we got the wire harness. Now my intentions were to just get on his car, start working on it. Now if the owner's watching this, I ain't got nothing against you, buddy. You're a hell of a guy. You're an awesome guy. You and your buddy Ray are cool people. I wish you could come out here and I could take you mountain biking and we can be friends. But I want to show you something else, okay, everybody? And I'm going to turn my camera around. And now what we're going to look at is that right there. This is the line. What you're looking at is the line. And what I mean by that is I'm a friend out here. But when I cross that line and come inside my shop, you're a customer. That means that what we do out here has nothing to do with what I do in here. It's two different scenarios. Now, that's one of the things that people don't understand. And sometimes I don't understand it either because I like to make friends with everybody. Even people that don't like me, I will still try to be friends with them. I've ran into a lot of people that don't like me for no reason. And I mean, I'm actually a pretty nice guy. I'll help anybody out on the street that needs help. I don't care who you are. We got that Mustang done. It's leaving very soon. So anyway, back to the story. So the owner decided, okay, Pete, I'm ready to get back on my car. Now the car sat for approximately 2 years, 3 years. This is the deal of what the situation is on cars like that Camaro and like that Ford, okay? I was telling you about the wire harness. And I'm gonna have to get a little personal here and try to explain the situation so you will understand. First of all, it's not my fault that that car isn't done. And when you hear me get loud about it and pissed off, that's because I'm the type of person that when I have something on my mind, I will say it. I am not scared or shy to say what's on my mind. And I will tell you the story on that. Whether you believe it or not is your position. I get a lot of comments that says, I wouldn't leave my car with that guy. He's had that car for 7 years and it's not done. Like it's my fault. When there's a car like this in my shop and it's not done, that is not my fault. Here's the scenario. I buy this car for the owner. The owner buys the car. Now he wants to save some money up so he can work on it. So now the car is sitting at my shop while he's saving up his money to buy some parts, to do some work, not all of it. And in the meantime, I'm working on this car. So I'm working on this car here, and I need to get this car done. And then all of a sudden, 3 months later, the owner says, okay, I have enough money to buy quarter panels. Let's go ahead and buy the quarter panels, and I'll save up some more money so you can put them on. So in the meantime, I'm working on this. The owner says, okay, Pete, I got some labor money to give to you for the car. Well, I can't do it right now. I'm doing this car. All right, I'm on this car. I'm going to finish this car, and then when I get done, I'll do that car. So I might still have 3 months left on this car because the jobs that I do over here are not quickie paint jobs. They're not paint jobs that you bring in, scuff them down, and paint them. You can see that this car is completely gutted out to nothing. That's the type of jobs that I do over here. So when I start on a car like this, and it has to be finished inside and out, upside down, top and bottom, corners, this, that, and the other, and all the rat holes on it, and the owner wants it perfected, and he's paying me on a continuous basis, I'm going to keep working on this. So finally, I'll get done with this car. Now it's time that we got the quarter panel. I'll go ahead and put the quarter panels on your car, sir. I go ahead and I put the quarter panels on it. Now the owner has to save up some more money because guess what happened? He lost his job, or he has other responsibilities because he's a family man and he has to pay all his bills because this car is on the bottom of the list in his life. Am I making sense here? This car, I brought this car with me from Dallas, Texas. And this guy has no problem paying me whatever it takes. When I say I need money, he gives me the money. I'm going to keep working on his car. I'm going to keep working on that because it's a continuous job that is paying my bills. I cannot work on cars like that over there and say, okay, I got your quarter panels done. Let's keep moving forward. Let's get that wire. I don't have money for a wire harness right now, Pete. Can we go ahead and wait? Can I save my money up and do what I got to do so we can keep going later? The guy's in Bristol, England. He doesn't know anybody here. What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to tell him, every day I don't work on your car, you're going to pay storage? Am I supposed to do that? The car has been in my possession for almost 7 years. It might be longer. I don't even know. I'm not even keeping track. It sat out in the back of my shop for 2.5 or 3 years. Rats were living in it in Dallas. What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to charge him storage? I actually threatened him, and actually the same thing goes for the Mustang. I said, come get your piece of shit car and get it off the property. Okay, Pete, I'll go ahead and get it, and I'll rent a storage, and I'll get it put in a storage unit. Okay, put a guilt trip on me, buddy. You know? Why are you putting a guilt trip on me? You know? You're in England, you're going to put it in a storage unit? So, you got money to pay for storage units, but you don't have money to pay me. And like I said, if the owner's watching this, don't take it personally, sir. I'm using you for an example. So, I get the wire harness in, and then he says, I want to go ahead and order motors and transmissions. Now, these motors and transmissions cost $17,000. He says, I can use my credit card for that. Okay, that's fine. And once again, if the owner's listening to this, I am using your car for an example because I got to tell people out here why it takes so long to restore an automobile. If you aren't a customer like this guy that has the money now and is willing to pay you now, then this is the situation you have and why it takes so long, and you become a storage unit on cars if you're an honest guy like me. Because I'm going to tell you the other scenario in a minute, why it takes so long to get a car restored. But we're talking about this right now. So he buys his motors, he buys his transmissions, and then I'm figuring he's got money, so I'm going to go ahead. I want to get paid for all the paint job that I did in the car. All the paint, you got to pay me off on that. And then I want half the money for the wire harness. And I'm going to go ahead and wire your car up. He says, okay, But I got a problem. My son goes to a private school, and to get a higher education out here in England or whatever, don't take it word for word because I don't know if this is exactly what he was saying. Basically what he was saying, I got to pay for private school and there's limited space in the school, so I got to pay for that first before before we can go any further. Now, he used his credit cards to pay for motors and transmissions and all that. He didn't pay cash for that, so he's making a monthly payment on that. He did pay me off for everything I've already done to it, basically. But I was excited, and I wanted to work on his car, and I wanted to get the wire harness done. I wanted to keep moving forward, but he tells me he ain't got no money. Am I supposed to take his car and push it outside in the dirt? Okay, let's look at that. Let's go ahead and look at the dirt. So am I supposed to put it out there in the dirt pile in front of my shop? Is that what I'm supposed to do? Would you want that done to your car? The car of your dreams? A car that you've been sitting on for this long, that long? No. Okay? Now, I'm not really upset and mad about, not working on that because I got other jobs to work on. What I am upset about, though, is when that car got here, I had employees. I literally had people working for me that could have got this car done and done everything that it takes, and I could have paid the employees. I could have made money while they were working on it because I'll be working on something else, this, that, and the other. And now I'm stuck here by myself working on all this shit by myself because I'm not hiring anybody out here. I ain't hiring nobody. Nobody's going to work for me. I'm doing it by myself. So now, the only help I got is Minnie the body shop girl, which is an awesome person to have help from, but 95% of everything I'm doing now is by myself. So for what used to take me 3 hours to do because I had an employee and I'd work together with him, now it takes me 7 or 8 hours to do it. So as far as telling you, why is it taking so long? The main reason it takes a long time to restore a car like that in a shop like mine, and I'm saying like mine because I'm an honest person. I don't rip people off. I don't lie. I don't cheat. I'm not a scumbag, okay? Is because of the owner, not the shop owner, the car owner. The car owner is the reason it doesn't get done in a shop like mine where you bring it to a person like me that is literally actually going to finish what he says he's going to do. Another reason, this is the other reason the car sits around for so long. We're going to go in there and look at that car because that's the one that this happened to. But you kind of get a scenario now of why this car and that car have been here so long and why I am frustrated and pissed off. You get ready to start on it, and the owner puts a stop to it. Sometimes, when you're in this business like I am, the owners of the car become the owners of the shop, and they're your boss. There's a lot of shops that would tell them, look, dude, you ain't got no money. You got 5 or 10 days to come get it. If it's not gone, I'm putting a lien on it, and I'm going to sell it. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's what they do, and that's how it is. And if you don't like it, tough shit. But I don't do that to people because I know they got hard-earned money, $17,000 for a motor and transmission in it, and I don't think that's fair, especially when I actually have a space for it. Now, if I was a full-blown collision shop and I needed the space for a frame machine or something, yeah, I'd be testy and be on his ass. But since I don't have anything going on, it's really not bothering me sitting there. But now, I don't even know if he's got money to pay me. I don't even know because I haven't even asked him yet because I've been working on this. So when I deliver this and I get done with that and I come back, I'm going to restructure and I'm going to see where he's at. I got 3 or 4 people around the United States that are actually in line to bring their cars here. So this is another problem you have, see? When you got that kind of action going on, you can't bring other cars here unless they're in and out type jobs. Because you can't bring another car like my buddy Jimmy, California Jimmy. He's got a 67 GTO, and he wants me to do a turnkey restoration on it, basically what I'm doing. I mean, you can't do it. So by this guy here, tinker-toying around and not doing stuff in order like it should be done, okay, he is actually, in the reality, he's screwing the other guy around because I can't bring Jimmy's car over here. I can't do it. I'm a one-man operation. That's how it's going to be until I retire. I ain't going to I'm not hiring nobody else. You can't trust employees. None of these bastards out here, these people, none of them got their own fucking tools. Everybody wants to work out of your fucking toolbox, okay? They all want to use your hammer, all right? They want to use your screwdriver. Well, when they want to take a smoke break, they want to use your fucking lighter because you're the only one that's got one in your toolbox. So I'm not hiring anybody else. It's come down to where the owner is actually my employer. And I don't like it. Now we're going to go in there. You kind of got the story. And the story that I told you about this one basically is the same story on the Mustang. Now, the Mustang's a little bit different. That one has actually been here longer. And I'm going to tell you the rest of the story as soon as we get in there. So we're going to go around here. There's my paint booth. Beautiful paint booth that is. Works awesome. But we're going to sit right here. And we're going to look at this Mustang right there. All right. And this Mustang that you're looking at has been in my shop longer. It's been in my shop longer. All right. Are we all there? Let me get this camera squared up. Okay. And since that's a little crooked, there we go. All right. Yeah. All right. I think that'll work right there. All right. Okay, so let me tell you what happens here, because we're talking about why it takes so long to restore cars. So you already know the situation on my shop. And the reason I'm saying my shop is because I'm an honest guy. If I tell you that I'm going to do something, I do it. This is how I operate. This is how I operate when I restore somebody's car. Number one, in my shop, I don't ever get any money up front. I don't want your money. Keep your money. Keep saving your money because you're going to need your money later when it's time to pay me. I do work to your car, and I have a continuous invoice. That means that we come to an agreement on how much it's going to cost to do this much, but we don't know how much it's going to cost on that much. So I have a set hourly rate that I charge to do this right here. And I have a continuous running invoice. When I work on that car and I work on it for 4.5 hours one day, I put it on the invoice. And I put my hourly rate on the invoice, and it automatically adds it all up. And then when I get to a certain amount where I say I need to pay my bills, I call the owner up and I say, I need you to send me this amount of money. And then I will send you a copy of your invoice. No problem. That's what they do. I don't take money up front for two reasons. I'm going to tell you why. Because if you fuck me around, all right, you don't owe me nothing. You have paid me off for the work that I did. Come get your car. Get the fuck out of my life. That's happened several times at SWRNC One of them was documented and filmed. It was an Oldsmobile. It was a 442 Oldsmobile that was totaled out. The frame was totaled on it. We didn't realize that in the beginning, but it was totaled out. And I spent hours and hours and hours. I finally said, you know what? You don't even owe me no more money anymore. Come get your car, get out of here. If you get money up front, and this is my motto on, I want half up front and half when it's done. If people want half the money up front, more than likely you're going to get screwed. They're going to take your money, they're going to go spend your money, and they're going to be broke. So what are they going to do next? They don't have no money. They already got half their money up front. What are they going to do next, my friend Pete? That's what they're going to do. They're going to get this car, and they're going to work on it, and they're not going to do shit to yours because they already spent your money. So they're broke, and they need money. So what happens to your car? Your car gets put on the back burner. Let's go back over there. And it becomes a storage unit. Becomes a storage unit. Because these people already spent your money. You don't owe them any money until the job is done. So they have spent your money. Why would they want to work on your car? They finally do a little bit of work. They go get it sandblasted or whatever. They send you some pictures. This is like 6 months later maybe. Because you're demanding, you want action, you want to see something. So they do something to your car that's going to be cheap and inexpensive just so they can say they've done something. They clean your car up and they say, okay, well, we got it sandblasted. Now we're going to do the body work. We're going to do this and that and the other. So then you're calm for a couple months. You think, oh, they're working on my car. And they ain't doing shit because you know why? Hold on, man. Let me show you. Because they're working on the other guy's car. Because they already spent your money. Your money's gone. Now, the body shop owner, not me, I'm an honest guy. I don't do this shit. The body shop owner that's working on this car, because this guy owes him money and has your car in the back corner or possibly even outside that the guy hasn't even epoxy primed it. He had a sandblast and put it outside. That's what happened to this guy. Now the guy's ignoring you because now the guy is telling his employees, don't answer the phone. Don't talk to New Jersey guy. Fuck him. All right? If he calls, just ignore him. Block his number. So what happens in the end after about 1.5 years or 2 years of your car being there that you gave the guy half the money up front? And we're not talking a cheap job here. We're talking maybe $20,000 job, $30,000. You gave him $10,000, $15,000. What happens, my friend Pete? Can you tell me? Can you tell me what happens? Can you tell me what, in the end, what happens and why that car never got finished? I don't see anybody saying anything. I don't see no comments because y'all don't know. I'm going to tell you what happens. The owner of the shop turns out to be a jerk off to you and says, hey, fuck you, dude. If you ain't got time to wait, come get your piece of shit car off my property or I'm going to have a crusher. Come get the bitch. I don't want your car here. I don't owe you no fucking money. Come get it and get it off my property, asshole. So what are you going to do? Are you going to take him to small claims court and try to get your money back that he'll never pay you because small claims court is nothing? Are you going to go out and hire lawyers for thousands of dollars to piddle fart theirself down the road and spit in your face and tell you to fuck off because lawyers are scumbags and cheats? No, you're not. You're going to go back over to this guy's shop. You're going to feel like a piece of shit. You're going to feel like this fucking tall because the guy screwed you and ripped you off and took your money. And he doesn't have enough balls to look you in the face when you go to pick your car up. He's hiding, watching you through a window. Ooh, look at him. There's that fucking asshole. There's that jerk off. Get that piece of shit out of here, you fucking jerk. Get it out of here. But he was your best friend when he took your $10,000 or $15,000. So now, this car sat in the shop for 2 years, 3 years. When the owner went and picked this car up in New Jersey at some rat hole body shop that he trusted, it wasn't even inside. They had it sandblasted. They went and sandblasted it, and then they parked it outside. They parked the car outside. To finish this little story off, they took all the bolt-on body parts that went to this car and they sold them on eBay. They sold all this guy's body parts. They kept his money. And then they turned around and treated him like he was the criminal and he was the scumbag. Come get your shit off my property, or I'll throw it in the trash, whatever you want me to do. So this guy had $15,000 in this other shop. He calls me up. He saw a video set that I made for a guy in New Jersey, Big Paw something. I did a Chevelle for a guy out there. I don't even know if Big Paw's still alive. He might have passed away. If he did, RIP, buddy. But I did a Chevelle for him, and this guy saw that video set and said, I'm going to call this guy. He seems like an honest guy. I said, okay, let's get it down here. Get Leo, the truck driver, to bring your car over here. Let's get it down here and start working on it. We start working on it, and I'm honest, I'm working on it, okay? But I'm not getting any money from him because I want to build up my kitty pot. I want to build up the rat hole so when I finally get some money, I get a big lump sum. Because guess what I'm doing besides working on that? I'm working on this. And I'm working on the Mustang. I'm doing 2 or 3 cars at a time here. So I'm getting some work done on this. I'm making money on that. I'm working on the Mustang. I'm getting money off that. And I'm taking this job. And you need to go on my website, or you need to go back in the video set and see all the shit that I've done to that car, because you won't believe it. It's unbelievable. And I'm not getting any money from this guy because I want to go ahead and wait until I get all the shit done, stage 1 done, and then I'm going to get my money from the guy. And if the owner's watching this, I'm using you as an example once again. I think you're a hell of a nice guy, Frank. The same with Otto on the Camaro. But I'm trying to explain to people why it takes so long to do a restoration. This guy owns a restaurant in New Jersey. I told him, I said, okay, you owe me this much money. I need to get my money. He didn't have the money. He had to make a payment plan. So then he didn't have no money at all, and we had to put his car on hold. Well, eventually, after several years, I'm moving to Moab, buddy. You need to come get your car. I don't want to get my car, Pete. You need to come get your car, get the motherfucker off my property. Now, I don't want to get rid of your car. I know the history of your car. I know you love your car. You need to do something about it. Well, we came to an agreement. We came to a situation that says, I will finish your car, but if we have any other problems, it's over. Now, to this day, I have worked on that car that's sitting right here. I've worked on it off and on, and he owes me money. I haven't asked him for no money. Remember what I told you? I don't get money up front. I get money when I fucking need my money. But when I need my money, bitch, you need to pay me my motherfucking money. Because I'm the fucking nice guy here. Not the other fucking shop that took your $20,000 fucking dollars and sandblasted your car and put it outside. This car right here, I have been working on this car for 1 year and 2.5 months. This is a continuous job. I will continue to work on this car because this guy, if I call him on the phone, how much do you want me to send you, Pete? It's in the mail. How much do you want me to send you? It's PayPal. How much do you want me to send you? I got it in your bank account. I don't have any problem. I can close my shop. Okay, hang on a minute. We got to turn this over. You see that? Yeah, exactly. Okay, I can tell Mr. New Jersey, come get your car. I'm not working on it. I could be a jerk off and an asshole and say, get your car out of here. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want you anymore. You got 10 days to come get it, or it's going to sit outside and rot. I can tell Mr. Camaro the same thing. Come get your motors and your transmissions, your wire harness, and all your bullshit. All right? I don't need your fucking hassle. I don't need your bullshit stories. I don't need nothing. I can be that guy and watch this. Watch. And only restore cars for this guy right here. This guy has 250 fucking Mercedes-Benz. This guy never argues about how much it costs. That doesn't mean I'm charging him more money than that guy, but he does never argue, and he always agrees, yes, do it. He might get a little testy, he might get a little loud, but you know what? In the end, this motherfucker pays his bills. I can tell all these other people, take your cars, go fuck yourself. Don't call me, I don't want to restore your cars. I'm not in business for you. And I can restore this guy's cars for the rest of my life. That's how many cars he's got and how many cars he wants restored. And they're not all Mercedes. One of them's a 1932 Lincoln. I believe it's a Lincoln. Another one is a 1970 Volkswagen convertible. Another one is a 1973 Volkswagen convertible. He's got 4 Mercedes that run and drive, and all he wants them is painted. So, I mean, I don't need the work. I don't need the hassle. But the problem we have here is when I start something, I like to finish it. When I can't finish the job, it really depresses me. And when you run into guys like this guy here and Mr. Camaro, you're kind of stuck in the middle, and you're the middle guy. And if you're an honest person like I am, you kind of look at the situation and say, man, this dude already got screwed around and fucked. And it's not fair if I tell him to go fuck himself. And you look at Mr. Otto over here, the Camaro guy, and you look at him and you say, the guy lives all the way in England. Who else does he know out here that's going to, do the job right for him, that he can trust when he gets his car, it's done right? Nobody. Nobody. Now, there's only one shop that I know of, and the reason I'm going to say this, actually 2 shops, I'm going to go ahead and mention 2 shops, is because I kind of semi-know these guys personally. And when I say that, I have talked to them on the phone. I watch what they're doing all the time continuously, and they seem that they know their shit. One of them is in Phoenix, Arizona. It's called Radke Rods, Anthony Radke in Phoenix, Arizona. I would trust him. I would take my car to him and say, do what you got to do to it. Let me know how much money I owe you. And wouldn't worry, I wouldn't get a wink of sleep left over it. The other guy is Jeff Woods up in Indianapolis, Indiana, that has his own hot rod shop. Now, there's other guys that I know do awesome work. Lyle Lanes is one of them. Then there's several other ones. I can't think of the names right now. But I don't know them personally. I've never talked to them on the phone, this, that, and the other. But then you got people like this fucking Facebook group called Homemade Paint Booths and Garage Restorations. And I'm not saying everybody in that group are jerk-offs, but most of them are little wannabe followers. And if you are watching this and you're on there, leave a bad comment, bitch. I don't care. Because all you are is a fucking forum, and forums are nothing but jokes. Everybody on a fucking forum is a professional, and you don't know shit. So fuck off. This car, I believe, has been in the restoration stage for over 12 years. And that includes the people that ripped him off his money. The Camaro has been in the restoration stage for approximately 7 years. And it's not my fault that the car is in my shop that long. So for everybody out there that is wondering, why is that car in your shop so long? Why don't you have it done? I wouldn't bring my car to your shop. You're not keeping my car that long. You're crazy. Maybe instead of leaving stupid comments like that, you ought to really think about it, and you ought to really watch the videos. And you'll understand why this car's here so long, and the Camaro. Anybody that's been watching the series on this, let me tell you something. I have done every bit of work to this car by myself. Nobody else has touched this car. Maybe Minnie has. She might have sanded some door jambs, but everything that's been done is by myself. And in the meantime, while I've had this car here, I've done 15 or 20 collision jobs. I've done 5 or 6 complete overall restoration paint jobs like the Mustang. And I've only had this car for a year and 2.5 months. Bitch. Because this guy pays when I ask for money. And I get my shit done because I'm the type of person that says, I will do your car. And if I start on it, I will finish it. I don't ask for money up front. I don't want your fucking money up front. I haven't done anything to your car. And anybody that asks you for money up front, do not bring your car to their shop. Unless it's a very small amount of money for paint supplies, do not bring your car to that shop. If they tell you, I need $1,000 for the paint supplies, then do it. But if they tell you, okay, it's going to cost you $25,000 and I need $12,500 up front, you tell them, fuck off, I ain't giving you my car. This is Pete, my friend Pete, your friend Pete, telling you why it takes so long to restore a car in an honest shop. I'm going to go ahead and tell everybody something else. I've been in business for 43 years paying taxes. I have been paying my own employment tax for 43 fucking years. I'm not in prison yet. I'm not in jail for tax evasion. And I don't even advertise for my place of business. I don't have any advertising signs anywhere. I make these videos. And even before I started making videos, I never advertised. It was just a word of mouth bullshit situation. That's actually the best advertising you get is the word of mouth. Because you're going to hear good things about them, you're going to hear bad things. But if you just find a shop that has a sign and you call them up and you've never heard about them, you better do some heavy investigation before you give them $12,500 fucking dollars for a $25,000 paint job. This is Pete, my friend Pete, your friend Pete. If you're on the East Coast or semi-East Coast, get on Facebook, look up Jeff Woods. Contact him. He does awesome fucking work. If you're on the West Coast over by Phoenix, Arizona area and all that shit, Anthony Radke. Look Anthony Radke up. This is Pete again. We'll take it easy. I'm going to take it easy. And hopefully you've learned why some of these cars are here for that long. It ain't my fault. I work anywhere from, I would say, 7 hours to 12 or 13 hours a day. I get shit done, bitch. Take it easy.